Hey folks, I'm taking a break from doing some copy work on my website to talk to you briefly about the intrusiveness of emotions, or sometimes your emotions get the better of you in spite of what you're doing, and it can kind of wreak havoc on your day. I am coming up on the anniversary of the death of a loved one. And with grief, I am taught that, you can't always predict in what way you're going to be impacted or even when you're going to be impacted. It just kind of hits you all at once, which is definitely something I'm experiencing. So how does one remain effective and focused when they're dealing with all this stuff, right? And the reality of the situation is, depending on where you are and what's going on, you may not, and that's okay. So how do you cope when you are experiencing intense emotion or maybe even just minor irritation or upset? When you got things to do, you kind of have two choices. You either deal with it in the moment, or you kind of stuff it in a box and just, leave it there for a while and until it builds up and builds up and builds up, and like a pressure cooker just explodes all over the place into maybe not always appropriate or beneficial behavior. So I would like to advise you, when you're having these moments of just overwhelm and ick and the feelings, particularly if you are under an incredible amount of stress and or are dealing with grief of any variety, it does not have to be a death necessarily, it could be anything. Embrace what you feel and don't be frustrated with yourself. I know that is hard to say. Don't be mad when a grief wave or, just a burst of frustration come up and kind of overwhelm you for a minute. It's kind of like the undertow in the ocean. You can't do anything about that. It's just going to carry you away. Unlike with the ocean, you can allow for that emotional expression and bring yourself back to center, bring yourself back to homeostasis, bring yourself back to the present moment. So my advice, going through this my own self right now, is to just allow it to be what it is. Be gentle and patient with yourself. You are doing the best you can. You're always doing the best you can. If it is appropriate and you're able, go take maybe a 5-10 minute break, whatever you need, in order to just allow yourself to feel the sensations in your body of what that emotional experience is like. Kind of connect with it. Give yourself permission to have that experience. Love on yourself a little bit. If you need to do a little hug or kind of neck massage or whatever it is that you need to do, maybe, trigger points, reflexology points, massage those on your hands, whatever it is you need to do to give yourself that little bit of love, little bit of support in that moment, please do that. There is nothing more powerful than providing that love and comfort that you need in that moment to yourself. Just like you would with a little kid who's scared or frustrated or upset. You let them have their space, have their moment, and then come back, hey, it's okay. It's okay. Because the reality is, if you fight against what you feel is going to win, always. It may not win the battle, but it will definitely win the war. Keeping stuff stocked away or, pushed in a box or whatever, tucked away in a corner for as long as possible and kind of forgotten about to get dusty, eventually that plan isn't going to work, because just like a pressure cooker, those emotions are going to kind of bubble up over time, and then before you know it, boom, you have this explosive upset, either at your family or at work or with someone else you care about, and that's not what we want, right? We don't have time for that mess. So take the time that you need. Acknowledge that you may not be as effective or as productive as you would like to be because of what's going on. That is not a free pass to just be lazy, because you're not being lazy. You're just overwhelmed. You're just having a moment. And that's okay. We're humans. We're designed to have moments. We're designed to feel all of the feelings, whether we like them or not. So again, be gentle. Do whatever self-care support you need to do. Talk to a friend, pet your puppy. Give yourself a hug, do a little bit of stretching or walking, get out in nature, get some fresh air, whatever it is you need to do. Take that minute. If you need to cry the whole way home, you might want to pull over and cry, because depending on how well you cry, that could be a mess all over the road. I don't want you to wreck. So, if you need to cry, go ahead. It's okay. No one's going to judge you. It's going to be fine. So that's just a quick message from me about supporting yourself during challenging times. So I hope that you are well. Hang in there. You're an amazing human being, and what you do is so, so important, and this world just wouldn't be the same without you. So many blessings. Namaste. Bye, everybody.